when I was a kid growing up, my nickname was Tat Tat Tat. Yeah, it was because my uncle thought it was very cute to call this little girl who couldn't speak well and whose voice somehow when she spoke, the words that came out only sounded like Tat Tat Tat. Yeah, but guess what? Tat 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 ended up in broadcasting. And worked there for 25 years from the days of black and white television. I was there for 2 years, so shows my age. And but you see, what happened was, because of this notion that I couldn't speak well, whenever I had to do a voiceover in for a report and there's a deadline often, what happens is the voice of Tat 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 is in the back of my head. And because of that, I would therefore stumble and my throat would be super tight. And so it was a real struggle to speak well. How many of you can identify with that? Speaking well is always a challenge, right? Because we want so much to do well, and then we somehow can't quite find our voice. So I've been really blessed to have had the opportunity to learn and to figure out some simple things along the way, which I promised yesterday at the club that I attended, which was so fun, that I can help improve your voice by 10% within this short session. Is that okay? Yeah. So when I call this program English for Asians. Yeah, and it's a program that's close to my heart because when I was growing up as well, my father was a technician, and in the old days, the Voice of America would broadcast in a vocabulary of just so many words. And my father, even though he was a technician, had a very lovely quality broadcast voice. So he would pretend to sound like the American broadcaster and pretend to say, "This is the Voice of America," you know. And when he spoke it, people would always turn around and wonder, because he was very good at mimicking sounds. So I've always had this. So VOA has been something I grew up with, the idea of Voice of America, and I noticed that a number of you had studied in the United States. Can you raise your hands, those who studied in the US? Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear the American accent in your voice, just as you can probably hear the British accent in my voice, because we are a British colony. So my background is more Rusi pronunciation, which is British because of our history. But that doesn't really matter. I've always been fascinated with good speech. My father brought me up to appreciate documentaries growing up. So that helped me to at least understand how to speak well a little bit. But I didn't really, when I was a little girl, right, 7 years old, there wasn't internet, there wasn't all those wonderful things you have as distractions today. I loved listening to my Walt Disney long playing record. Did you all have? Yes, you did, right? So this is like more than 50 years ago, okay? Yeah. And it sounded something like this. It was morning on Cherry Tree Lane. Miss Lark, in the biggest house on the lane, had sent her dog Andrew out for a little walk. But in the nursery at number 17 Cherry Tree Lane, Jane and Michael Panks were still in bed. Up, said Mary Poppins. We'll have no lounging about on the supercalifragilistic day. Supercali what, Mary Poppins? Asked Michael. Close your mouth, Michael. We're not codfish. If you can't think of a word to say, try supercalifragilistic. It just describes today. So as a little girl, that was all I can remember. But I could remember it. And I was very fascinated with how the voice went up and down. Why the Caucasian people, when they speak, had that particular sound that when I was trying to read a story with my voice trainer from Britain, it didn't sound like him. And we want to sound like the native speakers, but we don't know how to do that, right? So that has been my journey of trying to understand what is it that they do that makes it different. So today, because I only have 45 minutes, she's timing me. I will have to just key in on just some key aspects of it and the strategies that hopefully can take you that 10% better, okay? So let's go. So this English for Asian program is an online program that I want to create to help Toastmasters first, who, like yourself, who want to master English pronunciation. I cannot do what Helena does, which is being a grammarian. I have a CELTA certificate, to try and analyze the sentence structure, transitive and verbs and everything. I cannot remember. Because when I listen to the speech, it's very hard to track, and I think it's amazing what you do and what she's doing as well. So I thought the easier thing to do is to talk about how to speak with clarity. I think that's what we all want, right? To sound more confident. There is a way in which we can sound more confident, and to exercise our global presence. Korea culture, even Japanese culture, now it's everywhere. You know, it's a worldwide presence. And so when I was doing this, I thought, well, you have to BTS yourself. That's the brand, isn't it? I mean, it's the biggest boy band in the world, and it was a struggle to get to where they are today. And they had a very good spokesperson who learned his English from watching Friends. That's how he. That's how he. I did my research after this. So what does it mean to BTS yourself? How would you BTS yourself? What's the quality of BTS that makes them so special that you can also relate in your Toastmaster journey?
Excellency.
Yeah, the spirit of excellence, and they were really determined and they didn't give up, right? Because there were many times where they wouldn't have succeeded, but they kept on. And the other thing was they were very able to adapt and change and evolve, isn't it? Because they went to the American hip hop scene, they learned how to integrate with the American society, and so they learned to speak the language of talk shows, how to present themselves so that they will be loved by the American public. So now even Russians also love them. Isn't it? Yeah. So I think we should follow, and the Korean today before coming here I also watch Korean drama. The latest one is Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. I've seen the whole series already in one sitting. So Korean culture is really very strong today, especially with all the K-pop drama and all that. Many years ago it was already there, but now I think it's on its. Your presence is really strong in the world. So we have to BTS ourselves. Even the Singaporean is learning how to do that. And as a result, you will unlock your charismatic voice. And basically, the whole idea is, how do you make sure that your message lands with power? It's the landing. So when I hear our voices, and it's not a criticism, excuse me, English is not our mother tongue, right?
Yes.
We are struggling with it. And give yourself a pat on the back. And you're at least trying, isn't it? Yeah, we are making effort to at least master it. But the thing is, our mother tongue gets in the way of us wanting to speak English and to speak English well. So I'll just give you some simple tips on how to make it land with power. How am I doing for time? Alright, so to exercise vocal leadership, now I must make you motivated to want to learn. So we're going to read together. So 3, 2, 1. Vocal leadership. My voice is my greatest asset. Doors open for me when I come across as strong and expressive. Yeah, strong and when I was studying with my Hollywood voice coach, he said something to me that struck me. He said, loud is just loud. But the thing is, for women in particular, not necessarily men, also perhaps, when you speak a bit too loud, you sound aggressive. You see, that's a mental thing, right? Just as that, she'll make mistake. So I remember when I was talking to my boss, I'm not Chinese. I'm like Chinese nyonya, very spicy, hot and spicy. So kimchi works for me because my culture is a Malay Chinese fusion. It's called Peranakan, and we Peranakan women, we are loud. We are loud women. So my boss was saying, when I was talking, I was excited about saying something. He was good. So I said to him, I said, Charles, I'm Peranakan. This is my voice. And that was even before I went to study with my Hollywood voice coach. So loud is, when you need to be loud, you just be loud and project yourself forward. For most of us, we tend to have our voice inside. We don't allow the voice out. And that is a mental thing. That's why I started with the story of tete-a-tete. How you've been programmed to believe as to what is right and what is proper. Our voice truly is our greatest asset. And congratulations for joining Toastmasters. So no choice, must join. Because you are here, being supported to cultivate your voice, which is your most powerful asset. Okay? As you can see, I'm Peranakan, right? I've got a very loud voice. Now, so the learning outcomes for today. I think what's missing, right? When we try to speak a language which is not our language, it's very hard to really feel the sound. The feeling of the word, the meaning of the word is carried on in the feeling of it. And the thing that's a challenge for many Asian speakers of the language is that the consonant sounds are not strong. Okay, all right, I'm going to show you an example, very simple. I brought some stuff for you to clean your fingers if you feel you need to clean your fingers. So clean your fingers. You're going to stick your fingers in your mouth. Yeah.
Should I turn the video off?
That's the best part, you see. Yeah. Are you okay? All right, let me show you. I say consonants, right? Consonants. Consonants. What are consonants? Consonants are, let's look at Christian Dior here. So like the T, the S, the N, Dior, right? And the D and all that, those are consonant sounds. All right, consonant sounds have a particular structure. They are like the skeletons in the room. They give structure to the sound. Okay. When you speak with strong consonant sounds, you sound more authoritative. So the leadership aspect comes through with the consonant sounds. Okay. So we're gonna do you're gonna say crispy consonants. Say
Crispy
consonants.
one more time. Listen to yourself only. Okay. Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Okay, to make the sound crispy, right? When you eat crisp, you don't like it to be soft, right? It needs to have a crunch to it, right? So the first thing that you want to do, the moment you want to improve your sound, is to improve your consonant sounds so that you come across as clear and having authority. So fingers in between your teeth like that. You write your finger like that, and you say crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Check it out. Crispy consonants.
Crispy consonants.
Crispy already, right? Crispy already, right? So your sound is like a muscle. Nobody taught us how to work the muscles of our voice. So this is what we're doing. So this is to sharpen your consonant sounds. If I speak to you with strong consonant sounds, I come across as quite clear, right? But if I speak to you with a softer consonant sound, there's a very difference, right? In a way I'm coming across because I'm not making my consonant sound clear. You feel there's a difference? Yeah. The other one is the sound of the vowel sound. Now, in giving a speech, right, vowels are sound that you can make a sound that can carry on forever one because there's no block to the sound, unlike a consonant sound. So we're going to make a vowel sound, and we're going to just breathing in 3, 2, 1, and go ah. Everyone, okay, 3, 2, 1. So managing your breath flow affects your consonant. And I remember when I went to Japan to do a workshop at UBS quite a long time ago. You see, consonant sounds is the emotion of a word. Sorry, vowel sounds are the emotion of a word. So you say, I feel. You don't say, I feel. I feel. You see? So when you want to when you want to have the feeling of emotion, like for example, maybe we try it. Maybe you want to stand up. You need to stretch. Come. Stand up. Everybody stand up. You all can stand up faster than me. You need to stretch, right? Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it to the feeling of the vowel sound. Listen to me, okay? Okay. Who has seen the wind? Try.
Who has seen the wind?
Neither you nor I.
Neither you nor I.
But when the trees bow down their heads,
But when the trees bow down their heads,
the wind is passing by.
The wind is passing by.
So when we learned in school, our teachers wanted to make the sounds clear. So we say, who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by. But that is no feeling, you see. How would you do it with feeling? We asked our grammarian. How would you do it if you were living? Yeah.
I'm not grammarian today.
You're also grammarian. You're a resident like you.
How do you express?
How do you say who has seen the wind?
Who has seen the wind?
Yes. You lengthen your vowel sound. So you do it something like this. Who has seen the wind? Try.
Who
has seen the wind?
Neither you
Nor
nor I.
I.
But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by.
The wind is passing by.
So do you feel it?
Yes.
You could feel the wind. Okay, you can sit down now. Good stretch, right? So this exercise only goes to show, like, we need to feel what we say. And because English is not our mother tongue, we are not able to connect with the feeling of it. So when I was in UBS, it was in both in Japan as well as in Hong Kong. But in Hong Kong, this one of the technical guys, the one IT guy came and said, "Oh, Rebecca, I really like the exercise on who has seen the wind. Can feel. He can feel the wind." But when you think about it, when you speak in your mother tongue, you can speak with the emotion of your mother tongue. But English is not our mother tongue. So something gets lost in the way that we express that language. And part of the poetry of English, in Keats, for example, she looked at me as she did love, as if she loved me and made sweet moan. That's one way of saying it. But if you lengthen the sound, you say, she looked at me as she did love, as if she loved me and made sweet moan. There's a whole difference, right? So that has to do with the vowel sounds. So we sometimes then say, when you eat something, right? In Malay, they would say, sedap. Very nice. That tastes very nice. But Chinese, how would we say it? So Chinese they can't drag out the sound. So it doesn't have the emotional resonance as well in terms of the expressing in Chinese. How do you say it in Korean?
맛있다.
Yeah, and you got to feel it, right? Yeah, the word has to taste delicious in your mouth, right? So that is the three. The first part is to feel. Second part is to sharpen. The third part is to lengthen the sounds, and that already will improve how you will sound. And so like the tricky multi-syllabic words. So I said supercalifragilistic. You all try it. So it's a long word, right? Supercalifragilistic. The longer version of it is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's too much. So supercalifragilistic. So the simple way to tackle this multi-syllabic word, sometimes when there's too many consonant clusters and all that, right? It's like that. And go supercalifragilistic. Try supercalifragilistic. Take it out. Supercalifragilistic. Yeah, so that is a simple trick. So when you're doing your Toastmasters speeches, you need to do that. Oh, by the way, I have the slides I've given to him already, so you all have all the slides that I've created. Yeah. And some notes as well. Yeah. So this guy, I really like him very much. I think he's one of the best teachers of voice. And he was able to say in just 1 minute what took me a whole lifetime to figure out. Thank you. Everyone, I'm not stuck with the way I sound. So you can change. The moment you just do this every day, you will sound clearer already. Okay? My voice is my personality. 3, 2, 1.
My voice is my personality.
The next one is
My voice is like an instrument.
Refrain. I'm
not fake or phony.
Because it's unfamiliar. When you're trying something different, some people will also say to you, I remember training one reporter a long time ago, and I was helping him to change from Singlish to a slightly more standard spoken English. But he said, but Rebecca, if I talk like that, my friends all won't like me. And so when you start to change, what happens is that it affects the people around you. So you want to invite them to be on your journey. The thing is that, remember he said, if your communication skills, your job skills are 10 out of 10, but your communication skill is 3 out of 10, where will you be? 3 out of 10, right? That's why you are really fortunate to be in Toastmasters, because it's a platform for you to practice. How many minutes already? Hello, boss?
You're at 24 right now.
Okay. Right. So the thing is, and also like the stress. You notice how I stress the keywords, and that's something that we are not familiar with. Yeah, I tell you a secret. All you do, the prompt in ChatGPT, after you've written your script, is to prompt ChatGPT to say, write it in broadcast style, and also highlight for me the keywords I need to express. So when you do that, and then the other thing is, you play the audio track after that, you can actually hear how it should sound. So this is the secret tip of broadcasting. I've been doing that with my clients, my corporate clients. So I'm only as good as I can communicate. So the thing is that when English is not our mother tongue, we may not know what is the word to stress, right? So that's our challenge. So the only way around it is to sense into what is it that you want to highlight so that people will hear. I've only number 3 slide. Okay, I'll go fast. Okay, so the thing is, voice, okay, I'm just going to touch. I'm always trying to do too much, but never mind, I'll try. The voice is whether it's too high or too low pitch. Go high, everyone try and say high.
High.
Low.
Low.
We need both. We need that, but somewhere in the middle is the best. The way to get the middle voice is to just put your hands here, say it like this. This is the sound of my voice.
This is the sound of my voice.
Let's go. Let's put your hands down and go. Put your hands here. Listen again. This is the sound of my voice. Better, fuller, more resonant. Yeah, I want you all to mull over it. So now, loud and soft. You have to be loud. You need the power from the tongue chain. Put your hands here. So you go ha, 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 ha. So power. But you also want to be soft as well. So it's a bit of both. Okay. Fast and slow. If you can't control your speed, what one of the simple techniques for doing is, this is the best way to control your speed. So for example, if I speak too fast, say everybody, I speak too fast. I speak too fast. I always speak too fast. So it's not clear. When I speak too fast, it's not clear. Right? Okay, you put your fingers under the tongue there and sing it. I can speak slowly. Sing it. I can speak slowly. I can speak slowly. Take it out. I can speak slowly. So the way to do that is to lengthen your sound by supporting your sound with the right breath. Okay. Speech fillers. Whenever you have a speech filler coming up, you breathe. Or you add a conjunction so that you can minimize your speech filler. Mumbling. Mumbling is because people don't open their mouth. So open your mouth, and when you chew, when you talk and say, this is a wonderful day.
This is a wonderful day.
So you're gonna say, and open your mouth. It is a wonderful day.
This is a wonderful day.
The moment you open your mouth, you are not mumbling. And because the language that we speak is more vowel-like and the mouth doesn't really open, that's the reason why we're not clear. So chewing and Wing Yang has lots of really good exercises that help to overcome that. Where you practice with that and the fingers and pulling your tongue later, okay, you have to pull your tongue a little bit as well, you will see that happen. Okay, everyone say tight throat. When your throat is really tight, say, when my throat is really tight, I sound very constipated. You're constipated, you all know why? Some people might not know the meaning of the word constipated, so can I have the Korean translation of the word, please? Huh?
That's
So mull over that as well. Alright. Blocked nose. Okay, blocked nose is a problem. Most of us have some degrees of blocked nose. Even if I just did this is good enough. So everyone take a piece of paper. So among the things that I teach people to do, right, in my workshop, right, is to actually blow the nose. But I think it's not COVID time. So you close your take your right thumb, close your right nostril, and blow on one side, going. Okay, now the other side. I know it seems quite gross, lah, but voice is an instrument. So, just as you have to fine-tune your instrument, you have to fine-tune your voice to make it work the best. And so blowing the nose is a way in which you get your nasal resonance. And because your mother tongue doesn't have, like even for Japanese, there's not much nasal sounds. So when Alright, okay, so that's the reason for that. So you want to clear your nose every morning after brushing your teeth, clear your nose. Okay? Monotonous. Remember he said speak with only one note. And mispronunciation is like some words. What are the common mispronounced words? Our grammarians.
Sheet of paper.
Huh? Yeah.
Sheet of paper.
Give me a sheet of paper. A sheet of paper, not a sheet of paper. So English is the length of the sound determines the meaning of it. So that's one of them. Then prosody. Prosody has to do with the music of the language. I'm sorry I cannot imitate your prosody at the moment, but I'm very good with the Malay language because that's part of my heritage. So I'm going to switch to a Malay language sound which says, we all Malay people, when we talk, that is our melody. So when we talk, there is a way in which we talk that people sometimes maybe find it very hard to understand, especially when New York or people from America don't know what we're talking about. It's cute, but it's hard to understand when the language, the music is not quite right. Yeah, so it's paying attention to the music of the language. There are some tricks to that. I'm not covering that today, but just to make you aware of what those are. So to harness your vocal power, everyone clear? You harness vocal power.
Harness vocal power.
Engage your body, mind, and heart.
I engage my body, mind, and heart.
I notice the way I speak.
I notice the way I speak
and sound.
and sound.
Yes. Through fun vocal rituals.
Through fun vocal rituals.
I evolve my signature voice.
My signature voice.
So remember, he said about the signature voice, and that is the reason why at Toastmasters it's really great, because we have an opportunity to actually develop and cultivate our signature voice as the leader, since you're going to have a stronger signature voice, right? And so this is my voice coach, Arthur Joseph, who I studied with 25 years ago. And his work is pretty good. He taught me about voice in terms of rituals, that you have to like make it like step by step. Every morning you do this, like brushing your teeth, and there are some rituals which are useful to follow. So like a step-by-step approach. So this is one of them. Just gives you an overview of what it's about. Some of his tricks in terms of teaching the voice. And I'm really grateful to him for helping me to realize that voice is power, and that when you own your voice, you own your power. So that was really very good. So how do we improve our pronunciation? Just a couple of simple things. I noticed that like sounds like TH, say the tongue it has to be, my English literature teacher will know, like, it has to go right? The tip of the tongue. So it has to come in between. The R and the V is a common problematic sound. We'll look at that. We can slow down for clarity, so fingers in between the teeth or fingers under the tongue helps to slow down. And we practice with a global audience in mind. We don't have to sound American or British. All we need to do is to sound intelligible. That means if people listen to you anywhere in the world, they can understand what you are saying. So that is the key. But having most Koreans would have a slightly more American accent, which is perfectly fine. But if you have your consonants clear and your vowels the right length of sound, it will already be an improvement, a big improvement. Okay? So these are some of the problem areas. The confusion is between, say, right, and light. So this is the R and L sound, which is a problem for many of us. Dropping the final consonant sounds, because like bad is a D sound. Bat. So you need to be aware, and so when you do these exercises, you'll get there. Then the vowel confusion between the length of the vowel sound. So is it a seat belt or is it a sit belt? A seat belt, right? Yeah, you go on many of the Asian airlines, they'll say put on your seat belts, right? Because they cannot tell the difference, and they cannot tell the difference between man, say man, and men. No, men, the lips are more closer together. Man. So that's part of it to become aware. Equal syllable stress, now the language of Malay and all, and many of the Asian languages is the equal syllable stress, but English is a little bit different in terms of the actual sound of it. So let's see, common challenges for Korean Asians, that is all equal. Common challenges for Koreans and Asians. Common challenges for Koreans and Asians. So it's all equal. Whereas English is not so, it has a slightly different pattern to it. It'll go common challenges for Koreans and Asians. Can you hear the rhythm is different? Yeah. So that is the reason for it. That one is broadcasting. So the way to overcome that is to use ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm going to, and then inserting extra vowels. So instead of saying stop, it becomes to stop. Stop is the sound, but it becomes stop. And often when, for many Chinese speakers, for example, the language doesn't end with a consonant sound, so they'll say stopper. Stopper. They'll have an extra sound at the end, so that affects the rhythm of the language. Okay. This one has to do with plosive sound. So you say, for example, you go, you say, pat. but the sound must be forward and out. Whereas you say bat.
Bat.
That's the difference. There's the air flow. And then the flat intonation becomes robotic lah. There's no change. Whereas you say the word robots. Oh my goodness. She's giving me the yellow light. Okay. So these are some examples for trying it out. I will only try one. Who wants to try? And then we'll just do one so that you can actually see and hear the difference. Who would like to try? Maybe the Chloe lah. Chloe, can you? Which one do you want to speak?
Like the first one.
Like the lamb. Okay, say it for me.
Like the lamb.
Yes.
Like the lamb right near the ramp.
Okay. All right. So this is the whole shebang. Okay. I can't do the whole thing because I already got yellow light. So give me the yellow light. So now you clean it one more time. So you listen to her again, Stella, please. So say it again.
Like the lamb right near the ramp.
Okay, already very good. Give her a hand lah. Encourage her. Okay. Now you start with fingers under the tongue, like that, and sing it. Like the lamp right near the ramp.
Like the lamb right near the ramp.
One more time. Like the lamp right near the ramp.
Like the lamb right near the ramp.
Okay. Now you put your fingers up. Now doesn't look nice, but it's really powerful. She's gonna join Toastmasters already. Your hand, open the mouth, and like the lamp, right near the lamp. You're stretching your muscles like your tight hamstring, you see? Like the lamp, right near the lamp.
Like the lamb.
Pull the tongue. Like the lamp, near the lamp.
Like the lamb right near the lamp.
Okay, now fingers here. And go into the nose. Light the lamp into the nose. Light the lamp right near the ramp. Okay, now speak it. Project your voice forward and out. Speaking. 3, 2, 1.
Like the lamb right near the ramp.
Oh. So if you need an hour, I'll practice everybody. Thank you so much for being so sporty. One more time. So you can practice with all these. Yeah? Go home and practice with all this. This is what I call Hollywood magic. I learned this from my vocal voice coach. So this alone should improve your pronunciation all by at least 10 if not 20%. Just working on this alone. Okay? Because it helps a lot. So pronunciation mastery is you have to recognize the sounds between a sheet of paper, say a sheet of paper,
A sheet of paper.
and a sheet of paper.
A sheet of paper.
Okay. So and sound is a physical thing, so you have to do the exercise. That's why I told him that I needed time because I wanted you to experience your voice, and you need to be able to appreciate the length, stress, and pitch. That affects the whole melody of the thing. And to connect the sounds smoothly, the shortcut is finger under the tongue and just sing it, gives it the connection and the flow. I noticed that the American, those of you who are educated in America, you all tend to flow it very beautifully. That makes it very nice to hear, that it sounds very lyrical. Yeah. So these are the signs of speech sounds, and for you to begin to awaken your senses to this is that when you make a pronunciation, it all has a certain specific movement inside the mouth. All right. So when I teach, I use this as the work of Adrian Underhill, who I found very, very helpful. Like say for example, the sound of E. You see your lips is E,
E,
oo. See, so you got to start noticing how your lips and mouth move when you produce a particular sound. And the tongue is moving forward and back. Those are some of the things we call the 4 muscle, I call it magic buttons. And the jaw and the tongue. So like for example, that's why when you say apple, say everybody,
Apple.
You must open your mouth when you say the word apple.
Apple.
But in Singapore, we don't drink apple juice, we drink apple juice. Apple. Because we don't open the mouth enough when you say the word. Because it's a lot more work to go apple as opposed to apple.
Apple.
So these are the things that cause us to have some level of mispronunciation, right?
Wait.
Okay, so right up here, you know lah. So you have to say, when you say the word see, you must see where your tongue is, where it's being made. You got to feel, see your F sound, right? Feel your sound. You got to touch. See, you touch the top. You got to taste. Give me the Korean word for tasty.
맛있는?
It's got to feel like that. And you got to be able to hear.
Yeah.
So I'll just run through very quickly all the slides because she already gave me the red card. So these are some sounds that we people find quite challenging. And then this chart here refers to the position. Now, the good thing about consonants is it's very specific. You can actually see where the sounds are being formed inside the mouth. Yeah, so this is the positioning. And this is like the nature of consonant sounds, alright? And for you need to do belly breathing. Everybody? These are all ways to enhance the thing. Learning all these things, read aloud, emphasize the stressed words and link words and melodies. Now you can learn that through ChatGPT. Okay, just have an idea. So pronunciation requires all these things. Just daily practice and embrace the progress. And English for Asians, let us command respect. Everybody, I command respect. Everybody, 3, 2, 1.
I command respect.
I speak with finesse.
I speak with finesse.
I lead the world.
I lead the